dysfunction or liver disease can affect or possibly disrupt almost every system in the body. It's one of the biggest health challenges of our time. It's linked to many things like hepatitis C, fatty liver, high cholesterol, sclerosis of the liver, dirty blood, parasites, liver flukes. Maybe you have tapeworms, heart disease, irritable bowel. Even many cancers and insulin resistance can be linked to this. But of course we know obesity is a big challenge in this country. And it's estimated that over 20 million Americans alone have gallstones, and they can be painful, believe me. We often go to the doctor for answers, and that's really good. But there's something that we can do that will help. And that's what this show is all about. It's based on sound research. And we've found that the nutrients that may be helpful to the liver and the gallbladder, and found the foods that are rich in these nutrients, so that we can help restore nutrient deficiencies, cleanse and detox this toxic overload, help reduce stress on the liver and gallbladder, and then we want to be able to make sure we have a vital life where we can exercise and strengthen these organs. Now what we're looking at is the gallbladders. These are gallbladders. That's an impacted gallbladder right there. Pretty ugly, huh? And it's painful too. It can be very painful. And these are cholesterol gallstones. They're cut in half, and they can be big. These are all different sizes of different gallstones here. And they can be large or small, and they can be painful if they can't pass through. So this is a really big challenge that we have in this country. And look at those. Those are green ones. They can be yellow. They can be black. The darker the color is usually the worse the actual health challenge. You might have hepatitis or sclerosis. And these look like shells, actually. Now that, it looks like a shell with shells in it, but that is actually a gallbladder that was taken out. When you have your gallbladder taken out, what happens is you can't digest your food well anymore. So what you'll see is food coming out like whole. Now these are large gallstones right there, but we have some really big ones coming up. That one right there, oh my goodness. If those pass through, they can actually get stuck in the biliary tract and cause severe pain in the body. It's really horrific when those start passing through. Anyways, so today what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you what you can do to take the different foods that you can take to actually help you to feel better if you've got like any of these symptoms. And I want to make this so that it's so easy for you, so that you can actually do this at your house. If you don't have a juicer, I actually think that juicing is kind of a waste because you lose so much of the fiber. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do our own little juice in our own little blender here. And what we'll do is we'll take a little bit of apple. You can just cut like a quarter of an apple. Then you have a little bit of ginger, and here's the thing, is you're getting all of this amazing fiber. You've got the beautiful cilantro there, and we're going to take a little bit of parsley, because cilantro is a chelator of heavy metals in the body. The dandelion is very healing to the liver. This is actually dandelion right here, and dandelion doesn't taste very good by itself, but when you add it to these other things, it tastes pretty darn good actually. Now what I want you to do is make sure when you cut your lemon to leave on this white skin, because that is rich in bioflavonoids, and these bioflavonoids are what are so critical in helping repair the vascular system in the body. So this looks pretty good here. I think that's going to be good. We're going to just go ahead and we put it in water, and I did put a little aloe in there. Aloe is really, look at that. And you can do this for as long as you like if you want to really break it down, or if you like it a little bit lumpy. But it's really wonderful because it tastes so great. You've got the apple in there, the lemon, and so I would probably do that a little bit thinner and stuff. But it's really amazing. Isn't that incredible? It really tastes amazing. Really, really great. Anyways, then we have a lot of different things that we can do in the kitchen that can actually help you. And I really want to try to bring people back to the kitchen, because what happens is that we go out and eat fast foods. That's why we're having a lot of health problems, because we're eating foods that are rich in acid-forming foods like meat. We have dairy, we have dead foods. If we're not eating from the fruits, vegetables, legumes, and grains, then we're really in trouble, because what happens is we don't have enough enzymes and proteins to help digest our foods. And in 1999, Günter Blobel won his Nobel Prize for his research in what they call cofactors. Cofactors are the arms and the legs, I always call them, that take these foods to where they need to go. For instance, if you need to get more vitamin C in the body because you have a nutritional deficiency of vitamin C, or you need more B vitamins, you know, what you want to do is make sure you get these foods that are rich in those things, and then the enzymes and proteins that are in those foods can carry it to where it needs to go in the body. It has what they call a plant intelligence. And so what we have here is these foods right here that we put in here. Actually, the apple has malic acid that it can go in and actually go in and start breaking down gallstones, because the liver and gallbladder actually helps to purify the body, but it also breaks down all of our foods. For instance, it breaks down our fats, our carbohydrates, and our proteins. And if we can't do that, what happens is it starts to back up, and it can infiltrate into the different organs, for instance, the heart, and it can cause a lot of acid burning in the body. If you're eating a lot of acid-forming foods, everything starts to back up. You get pain in the center. A lot of women get this. That's the first symptoms of heart attack, actually, is where they start getting pain in here, radiating into the back, into the chest, and up into the jaw. And I really believe, through all the research that I've done, is that if we don't work on our liver, we are going to be in big, big trouble, because what's going to happen is we are going to have a liver that doesn't process our fats, our carbohydrates, or our proteins. So what happens is we start showing symptoms. Well, we get that little fat roll right up in the top here because our liver can't process the fat. And when you have a fatty liver, you have fatty other organs too, believe me. And when you can't process your proteins, what happens? You start getting this little crack in the center of the tongue, and it can be kind of squiggly or it can be straight down the center. And I've seen people with huge cracks in the center of the tongue. And it doesn't always mean that, but it's usually pretty regularly. What it basically means is you're getting malnourishment. The liver's not filtering what it needs to, and it's getting backed up. And so what's happening is you've got this big crack in there. And when you start to see that heal, you will know that you're starting to absorb your nutrients and your proteins in particular. Proteins are the hardest to digest. So anyways, so what we're going to do today is we're going to make an amazing salad, because we talk about protein synthesis, and that your liver is critical for that. Because if you can't synthesize your proteins, you can't build strong muscle mass, lean muscle mass in the body, and you can't heal and repair the tissue damage in the body.